Sean Sewell with Engearment.com, and this is the Sidetrak Solo Pro HD 15.8-inch portable monitor right here. This is a very useful portable monitor to be as a second screen for a laptop or a desktop, and even, my favorite case, a camera monitor. Yeah, and I'll show you how this sets up here later on in the video. It's really cool. Let's talk about the first case use, and that would be as a second or even a third screen for your laptop. For reference right here, I have a MacBook Pro 14-inch, but I've used my wife's PC and it's worked totally fine as well. It has a USB-C out port, and so I have the included cable right here, USB-C to USB-C. And that is not only transmitting the signal, but also the power. So as you can see, there's nothing else plugged in to the monitor. It's just this cable, and that is enough to power it and send the signal. That's awesome. So you don't need to, in this case, carry a battery pack or plug it into a wall. It's just good to go right out the gate. Only thing I need to do is, on most computers, the first time you plug it in, you'll need to go into your settings and discover the second screen. And then from moving forward, it should be, every time you plug it in, it should just pop on like this and work fine. If you don't have a USB-C out, don't worry, you probably have an HDMI port, and if you do, they included another cable right here, which is a full-size HDMI to a mini HDMI, not a full-size. This plugs into the side of the monitor, and then you will plug in the USB-C into a, say, a battery pack or into the wall to power it. So that's a secondary and third option right there. Okay, so it works great as a monitor for a laptop or even a desktop. This is the HD 1080p version. There's a 4K version. There's also a touchscreen. This one is not a touchscreen. This one's $290 for this one right here. It is a very good screen. The 4K obviously would look better, more pixels and density, and then the touchscreen, if that's something that's important to you, pony up and get the touchscreen version. It's a very thin screen, very portable, and it doesn't come with this tripod, but I have it on a tripod to show you the camera setup here in a couple moments. But then right here, this part flips out, and then it's set next to your laptop, and you're good to go. So let's talk about how to use this as a camera monitor. What is a camera monitor? Well, for example, right now I'm using the 7-inch desk view monitor, which is why I look over to the side, make sure everything's in focus, because a lot of camera screens and flip screens are pretty small. They're kind of hard to see when they're farther than a few feet away. When I'm running and gunning, I use a Atmos Ninja 5-inch, and that's great when you're looking at it close. But again, if you're this far away, 6-7 feet away, it's nice to have a bigger screen. It's just nice to have a bigger screen in general. How does that work? Well, first of all, it's going to need power. So I'm going to take that USB-C cable from the laptop. See, the power went down. I'll plug it into this battery pack. So there's a setup right there. It's looking for a signal now. So I'm going to grab that HDMI cable. The mini side goes into here. Boom. And then the full size goes into my camera. This is a Panasonic G9. I've tested on the GH5 Mark II, and I've also tested on the Sony A7 IV. And it's worked great. Now there are speakers in the monitor, so you might hear it reverberate a little bit. That's common. You can turn the volume down on the speakers in the monitor, as well as adjust the contrast and the brightness and all that stuff. But just for example, I'll show you. Turn the camera on. Boom. That's pretty cool. So, a lot of ways to use this monitor. Hopefully going through the setup right there was helpful for you. It's very useful in my world as a camera monitor, but it also to increase my workflow efficiency. That's kind of hard to do upside down and backwards. And then any second it'll pop over to this screen. It's a fantastic monitor. The resolution's been really good. I haven't had any issues just plugging and playing. Like literally, that was not edited or, scripted. That's just plugging and playing, showing you all the options right there. Laptop, secondary screen, camera, monitor, it's just fantastic, very useful. $290 for this version. Like I mentioned, there's a 4K version, it costs more, and a touchscreen, which costs a bit more as well. If those features are important to you, definitely pony up for them. But I'm happy with this for the uses I just showed you. If you have any questions on this, and you probably do, put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get right back to you. If you want to see content like this, and you'd like to see more content about the gear we use behind the scenes when we're testing the outdoor gears, or when we're shooting the videos or the podcast, I'm happy to walk you through the setups and the gear and best practices that I found from testing and failing and trying things until they work efficiently and effectively. And create some content for that. If you want to see those, subscribe to our YouTube channel for Engearment. I found it helpful. I hope you did. Thumbs up would be appreciated. I'm Sean Sewell, owner and director of Engearment. Until next time, take care.